Hi there, Loy Machedo screening you from loymachedo.com. And it's Loy Machedo. And my dog wants to come on my lap. Yeah, come. Okay, fine. Yes, both of us will be on loymachedo.com. Okay. And do you want something to eat? Yes, everybody wants something. Okay, yes, okay, fine. Here. Yeah, white one I gave you. I already gave you one extra. So don't act like I didn't give you. Alright, so loymachedo.com. What? Loy Machedo screening you from loymachedo.com. This is Loy Machedo. Date today is February 17, 2016. It's a Wednesday. I gave you one. Don't act like I didn't give you. I already gave you one. I gave one extra than him. And how many more are there? Okay, there are 4 more. So I gave you one. Okay, fine. Everyone. Yeah, my 2 dogs are there also. Yeah. Here, come. Honey, bunny. Come. Okay. You. Tony. Oh. Okay. Okay, fine. So I gave all the dogs and here. Okay, come. Okay. Where did you jump? You do? Okay, I'll give all the dogs. Sorry. Today I just want to speak to you about Fifi. Yeah. I want to speak to you about, women acting like victims and their true nature. I've dated a lot of women in this lifetime. Not lots, as not in like world records, like 500 or 1,000 women or something. I think I had close to 300 relationships or something, affairs. So that's not a whole lot, but for one lifetime, I think that's enough. And I've had many women as friends, quite a number of them. Friends, as in, I just keep meeting them. I kind of find women more interesting because just to understand how their mind works, how do they think, and I find them very intriguing because women are rather complex creatures. However, the one thing that I've noticed with women is they have this tendency to portray or manifest themselves as really nice, loving, sweet women or creatures, while all men are bastards. That is the typical tendency women tend to have. And whenever I've gotten to know women on a personal level, they'll always have this tendency where they'll portray themselves as really sweet, very nice, very loving, perfect. But the guys are all bastards. Okay, all the guys are bastards. Now, don't get me wrong. There are men who are bastards. There are a lot of them. There are men who hit women, which I'm totally against. There are men who torture women or take advantage. I'm totally against this. But on the other side of the spectrum, you have these feminists who are absolute psychos. And then in between these two, feminists, and on the other side you have these women who are victims, real victims. In between, sandwiched between them are either these normal women who are nice, but in between those normal women, come, you wanna come? Come, okay, in between, come, show also, you wanna come? Okay, fine, everybody wants to come. Oh. Okay, so I was saying, like, this side are feminists who are extremists, this side there are victims, and in between them are these normal women. Out of the normal women, you have these psychos who are there, these self-glorifying psychos. Now let me explain to you who they are, what they are. They are like these normal-looking women, really nice, normal-looking women, but for whom all men are bad or they are bastards, but they are God's gift to mankind. I'll give you 3 examples, just 3. I met this young girl who was in her 20s, and really nice girl, very beautiful, really polite, everything nice. And then I came to know that she's single, and I was like, "Why are you single? I mean, you're so nice." And she just gave me the normal, normal cliche answer that every ex of hers, every guy that she had in her life, cheated on her. So I was like, "That's really bad." I kind of presume that maybe her choices were bad, or maybe she just was the victim of bad luck. So we became friends, and I started taking her out for movies once a week. We started to get to know each other. In the initial phase, everything was normal, everything was nice, nothing was bad. But very soon I started to find out that she was very sarcastic. She had this sarcastic tendency to really be rude and blunt and she always was, she was always right. For some reason, she was always right. The person was always wrong. Everything was okay. Means she gave plenty of space. She was not demanding nothing. Only problem was she was sarcastic. Anything that I would do for her, anything, there would be a hint of sarcasm in it. So at that time, I was nice to her. I was ignoring all this, and then it became more and more and more, and eventually it came down to the part where even if I wanted to do something for her, even if I wanted to take her out, even if I wanted to give her a gift, or even if I wanted to just have a conversation with her, it became so difficult. And then I just thought to myself, do I really need to even entertain this? Because when you have someone who's ungrateful, you don't want to do anything for her. So eventually I realized that had I been her boyfriend, I mean, you would enjoy being with someone who appreciates you, who likes to be with you, who thanks you for the small things that you have, rather than someone who keeps complaining and kind of making fun or being sarcastic. So I'm like, man, this is not required. So in hindsight, when I look at her now, I don't blame any of her ex-boyfriends. I think the reason why all her ex-boyfriends cheated on her or didn't want to be, because she was complaining, she was being sarcastic, she was not being grateful, she was, and every time you had to read in between the lines, she never communicated anything properly. So I was like, and you blame your ex for it. Oh, come on. Okay. This is one. The second example was this girl, this is many years ago, and she was a very close friend of mine. I knew her from childhood, and we kind of we were not in touch with each other for quite some time. Then later on, when in my 30s, when we started to get in touch, early 30s, we decided, we kind of found each other attractive, and we started to date each other. And she would tell me that every single boyfriend of hers beat her. And I couldn't for the life of me understand how could they beat her up, because she was very sweet, very loving. In fact, she used to take care of all animals. She had cats, dogs, birds, any animals, she would take care of them. She used to help the poor. I mean, I used to think to myself, like, this girl is a gem of a girl. How can anyone want to beat her? They must be really stupid. She was the type of person who, if she would hold a creature, she would cry with the creature. Okay? She was that loving that. If in case I would tell her I'm sick, she would come and nurse me till I was okay. She was that good. So I really wondered why in the world, and I thought she was the perfect girl. Then we started dating and we got into a serious relationship. And that was when I discovered why every ex of hers beat her. After we started dating, she started to become possessive, ultra possessive. Possessive was not the word. I mean, she wanted to know where I went, why I went, what time did I go, after I went, where was I, and I had to verify this. I had to tell her what time I was coming back, and I had to come back exactly on time. And it came to a part where even if I tell her, okay, give me a break, I have this important conference to attend for the next 3 days, so just give me the space that I need because I'm a presenter. She would make sure that she would, mess up my head exactly that day, those 3 days, the maximum. And imagine a guy like me, I've never, ever, ever, ever raised my hand on a woman. Never, till date. Never raised my hand, never done anything. I can, except my ex-wife, whom, when we had a bad divorce, I just pushed her, not like pushed her, she was grabbing something and I just pushed her. That's my only regret. Apart from that, nobody else. I've never raised my hand on anyone. This woman drove me so mad, I'm not joking. I wanted to take a stone and smash her car. It was that bad. I wanted to do something really violent. I was actually entertaining violent thoughts because she drove me so much to the wall. And then I realized, man, you are telling me that every boyfriend in your life beat you up. The way you're driving me mad, I don't blame them. And she was so crazy that she would want to fight. She actually wanted to fight physically, clawing, slapping, hitting publicly, anywhere. So, this woman just didn't know how to handle relationships. So I was like, goodness me, The third one last and if not least was this married woman who kind of met me, and she told she never trusts any man in her life. Every man she has met has been unfaithful. And I was like, oh, okay, fine, all right, that's bad. She was a married woman. As I got to know her, I think I just found she was really sweet, very giving. She would cook, she would clean, everything for her husband. And she used to tell me that her husband was too tiny her. I was like, oh, that's sad. And later on I found out, as I got to know her, she also was sleeping around with other men. I was like, oh, okay. And it was not one, it was around 7 to 8. And then when I asked her, you're actually having 7 to 8 affairs, and you are telling me that your husband is, having 7 to 8. And then she said, she justified it saying that, I have a massive sexual libido. My husband doesn't satisfy me, so I have to get satisfaction. I was like, okay. And so your husband sleeping with another woman is cheating on you, and what you're doing is satisfying yourself. She said, yeah, if my husband satisfied me, I wouldn't go to 7 different men. Okay, as you say. So, what I'm trying to tell you is every girl that you meet, any and every girl that you meet, they will always justify that they're very loving, that they're very sweet. They'll always show you the sweet side. They'll always show you this cute little face. They'll always show you this innocent little acts. And you will actually fall for them and think that, wow, what a gem of a girl. What an amazing sweetheart. And every man is a bastard. Every man is a bad guy. Just remember this. Just keep this in mind. Whenever any girl gives you a sob story, any woman on this planet gives you a sob story, do not trust this woman because she is trying to play you. Okay, I'm telling you, she's trying to play you. It takes 2 hands to clap. 2 hands to clap. You can't clap with 1 hand. So if she's telling you her side of the story, that is her side. There's a dark side to it. There's another side to it, and which, they never want you to know. They don't want you to know. Why? Because they just want to advertise themselves as this cute, innocent, sweet little, because they want to entrap you and make you the next victim and then advertise you as a bad guy. So, what I want to tell you through this video is, do not trust women. Women, especially who give you sob stories, sad stories, and sweet stories, because if they are so good, the question is, why are they single? Out of 2 or 3 billion men on this planet, why isn't there one single guy who they found nice? And if they didn't find anyone nice, it is because they are rotten themselves. So Loy from LoyMachedo.com and news to LoyMachedo.com, telling you through his experience, through his limited experience, women who are single have this tendency, or women who are victims have this tendency to portray themselves as a sweet, nice little, innocent little thing. Don't fall for it, because they're just trying to be snakes in the grass. Remember, with men, and not all men, at least most men, they say it as it is. But I hate those men who, especially hate those men who portray as themselves as nice, advertise themselves as nice, only to take advantage of women. No, that's bullshit. So, but with these women, they're not complex, they just like to complicate things. So just be wary of these women. Be careful, and that is why stay away from them. If they tell you the sob story, remember, keep your mind in high alert. Remember, there's another side to it, and you'll find this once you get to know them. So Loy from LoyMachedo.com and LoyMachedo.com telling you, be careful of these women who tell you sob stories, sad stories, and sweet stories. Any comments? Let me know. Love to hear from you. Goodbye for now.